Thank you very much for having me. I'm glad to be here. I want to appreciate the organizers for making this event a great one.
All right, sir. It's nice to have you. We're so excited. Yeah, I think for the sake of time, it will be nice that we just proceed. I wouldn't know if you change the orientation of your phone, maybe to landscape. Let's see what it will look like.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's see what it will look like. Okay.
Is it
And maybe,
better?
yeah, maybe you position it. So, okay. Yeah, I think the frame it's a bit better. Yeah, because if we have to set the background, it might take a little time, so we can just go ahead. I think the audience can confirm that we are good. If we are good, just put in the chat on YouTube, on Facebook, LinkedIn, just say we are good, we are good, we are good. Then, all right, they said we are good. Dr. Stephen Akintayo, we're glad to have you. Please go ahead.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Let me say congratulations for the seventh edition of Leverage. That's really powerful. I'm happy to hear that this has been going on for 7 years. The organizer is a great man. Um, I mean, his exploits in the real estate sector and, all, and the impact. And he's also a clergy. I don't know if most people know. He's also a pastor. So Dr. Olorunse is Sunday. Can we celebrate him? We can just use those clap signs and the team who put this together. Just let me celebrate everyone. Our last speaker, Dr. Clement, I've known him for over 10 years now. So another phenomenon, powerhouse, great session with him as well. Incidentally, I would have said he stole my idea. I have a vision of raising 1 million millionaires, but thank God he had an eyewitness that said he came up with the idea 20 years ago. So uh, we both have a very similar and it tells you how eagles think alike, flock alike, act alike, do things alike, and it's just the way the world works. I want to share a few principles on going beyond border. And my first principles on how do you go beyond border? How do you think global? How do you make a global impact? The first thing is vision. You see, there are many characteristics of the eagle bird, but one of the major characteristics of the eagle bird is that an eagle can see her prey, okay, from over 1,000 feet above the sea level. The eye of the eagle literally will just calibrate and can see what is so tiny on the ground. Okay. And so if you're really going to go global, make global impact, you're going to go beyond borders. You must see what others are not seeing. Oh, you must see. I'll give a practical example. I operate in many sectors, but one of the most prominent is the real estate sector. So 2020, we started planning to do 1,000 housing units. And then by 2021, we announced it. We started campaigns. And then I think we sold about 12. So I got contractors to site. First contractor started work. And before he hit his milestone, he would tell us we are owing him money. And because we're paying him per milestone, we're paying prepaid, not even postpaid. But to our surprise, he will not even hit his milestone and then tell us that we needed to pay more money. And then that happened about 3 times. So we decided to change the contractor and then went for another contractor. To our surprise, the same thing repeated itself. We changed like 4 contractors and it kept repeating itself. And so the team were angry with those contractors. I said, no, we need to look deeper. We need to think deeper. We need to review what's going on generally in the environment. Then we realized that in COVID-19 had led to massive inflation in Nigeria. Okay, so we said, what do we do then? This is early 20, this was 2020. And then by 2021, we said, okay, let's expand our housing project so we do more housing, whether we're the ones building it or we're just investing or we're just buying. Do that more in Dubai, outside of Nigeria. And in Nigeria, we focus on more of land. Now, I'm talking about vision, the power of vision. 4 years down the line, our Dubai businesses, our international businesses are profitable. Okay, our Nigerian businesses are not as profitable in the real estate sector. You know, so if we didn't have vision, right, ability to see far, like the eagle bird, ability to think deeper, ability to analyze from a global perspective. Now, what will have stopped us if we say we can't go global now? I mean, Nigeria is where we started from. Nigeria is where we will remain. You see? So it begins with vision, but you see, there is no vision without critical thinking. I often say that one of the biggest problem that people of color, minorities, many of us have is mental laziness. Everybody, you can type in the comment box, type mental laziness. We can't be mentally lazy, whereby instead of just thinking deep, bigger, right? The Bible says, as your eyes can see, as far as your eyes can see, that's what God talking to Abraham. He said, I'll give it to you. Now, you cannot have a vision if you don't think big. So you have to think critically, but you also have to think big. Many of us are scared of thinking big. We're even scared of big numbers. But I tell some of you now, how much do you want to make in the next 10 years? Can somebody type? I'm happy I'm able to see some of your comments. What is it? In the next 10 years, if you ever thought of it, and I'm not talking of I'm not talking of impulse statements. How many of you literally know how much you want to make in the next 10 years? I know. 10 years from now, I'm working on having $40 billion worth of property portfolio. Mm, isn't that big? I'm crazy enough to think it, crazy enough to believe it, crazy enough to work towards it. So think big. If you, these are elements of vision. Sometimes we say vision. This thing you keep saying vision, vision, vision. It looks complex. What is vision itself? Vision is your another way for vision. Let me define, give you a very unique definition of vision. And this is quite popular. It says the best way to predict the future is to create it. So, what is vision? Vision is creating the future by your own intentional design with the help of God, if you're a Christian, right? I believe this is not a church event. Okay? Now, for those of us who are Christians, we design the future, but we ask God, we bring it to God, say, write the vision that make it plain, that it may run that read it. He did not say, let God write the vision for you. And we've had religious leaders also teach this in the wrong way. But they're pastors. Oh, we wait on God. God will do. Hey, any religion that make God absolutely responsible for the outcome of your life is an irresponsible religion. You and I have the responsibility to dream, to craft the vision, to then present the crafted vision to God for his permission, for God to enable us with grace to execute it. But to fold your hand and say what will be, will be. That is not how you go beyond borders. So think it through. You have what it takes to say, I want to have an office. We want to own businesses all over the world. All over the world. You heard me. All over the world. No exception. Now, will all of that happen in my lifetime? No. Right? But crazy enough to start the foundation. Crazy enough to think it through. Crazy enough to say, this is where we're going. And you owe yourself that. One of the missing links, particularly those of us who are faith-based people, is that we could be quite mentally late. The God will do it. No. Cast the vision. Think it through. Make it big. Start small. Think big. Grow fast. Start small. Think big. Grow fast. Start small. Think big. Grow fast. But think big anyway. And as much as you've thought so big, don't ever start it big. Only the grave starts big. Only the grave starts from the top. Everything great starts from the bottom. Only the grave starts from the top. So yes, you must think it big, but you must not start it big. So how do you then think big? I believe that's the next question that's coming to your mind. Think big. How do I do that? There's no enough money. All right. I'm even struggling to pay my bills right now, but still say think big, think big, think big. How do I even do that? Now, here's the strategy I did. 17 years ago, I came up with a 50-year goal plan for my life. Running my life today like a script. The rest of the world is surprised. The rest of the world say, "Ooh, wow." But for me, it's a script that was written 17 years ago, and I'm in the 17th year. Write down your vision as though money is not the problem. In other words, come up with a plan for your life as though you have all the money to execute it. Listen, anything I want to do in my life, and this is one of my biggest secrets, I think about the money last. I think about how big it can be, how unique it can be, how the impact it will make, the lives it will touch. Then money will be the last thing I would then think about. And this is why many of us don't dream big, because we're always scared. We're always having this mindset that if I think it big, if I dream it big, where will I get the money from? So when crafting your vision, make sure that money is the last thing you think of. Don't think it as though you have all the money in the world to execute it. So I'm giving you guys a few assignments. Write down your next vision for the next 12 months. Then write down your next vision for the next 5 years. Then write down your next vision for the next 10 years. If you can dare, then you can do 20 or more. Okay? You can do 20 or more. By 2035, I'm coming up with my 100-year vision that I'm handing over, okay, to the next generation. My goal is that by the time I'm 80, I come up with whatever year I've used out of the 100 year, I'll do another 100. So the blueprint for the next generation is on ground. So you have that right. You have the right to do that. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you can. The next thing, you want to go global, you want to make global impact, vision, erase. The next, after now you know where you're going. The next is your network. People always tell me, Dr. Stephen, what do I really need to succeed? Is it hard work? Is it smart work? Is it network? My answer is simple. You need the three. Okay? You need the three. I have a new book. I'm doing my birthday on the 31st. My birthday is 28th of January. But I'm celebrating it on the 31st. It's going to be an annual lecture, right? And on that day, there are four things that we're doing. We're doing groundbreaking for 1,000 housing unit. We're launching, we're naming a street after Bishop Oyedepo, who is one of the keynote speakers at that 40th birthday. We are, on that same day, we are, what other thing are we doing? We are also launching 3 of my books. And one of my books is Millionaire Habits, right? Your habit determines your decision determines your destiny, right? But I'm doing the 3rd series, which will be launched on that day. And the 3rd series has a subtitle called Hard Work plus Smart Work plus Network equals to billions. Hard work plus smart work plus network equals to billions. Usually, many of us stop at hard work. Some of us gradually we try to include smart work. But we stop at that and we don't have network. 5 years ago, I started the journey of real network building. And oh boy, I now saw why all of it had work behind it. Hard work. You see? Hardness and work. smartness, but there's still work. Net and work, network. There's still work in it. And I can tell you categorically that networking is one of the toughest things to do in the world. And that's why people don't do it. Oh, that's why people don't do it. Very tough. Oh, very tough. Okay. Very tough. And also very costly. Very costly, very costly, very costly. Right? Comes with a lot of cost. So you must understand that if you will execute this great vision that you've come up with, which is to go global, make global impact lives all over the world, change lives globally. Now you have the vision. What is it going to look like? Where you're going? Now, who are those who help you get there? Is your network. Because ultimately, some of the major crises people have had in business is because they didn't have the right network to stand up for them. Are you aware? True story. Now, I don't even know Elon Musk. If you know him just like I know him. Do you know if Elon Musk were to be a Nigerian, Elon Musk will have been in jail by now? Call a scammer, call a fraudster, call anything. And I'll paint a picture. Elon Musk launched his new brand of electric cars. And then people, because for those of you who may not know, Tesla cars if it's brand new, you have to pay ahead before the car is ready. You pay in advance. That's the model it does. It's prepaid. Okay, except if you're buying a used one. So people have paid for Elon Musk car. He said he was building gigafactory. He ran out of funds. There were delays, 2-year delay, 3 years delay. The factory is not ready. The cars are not ready. He was indebted to the neck. The US government bailed him out. He got the Saudis to invest with him. Okay? But who built Elon Musk's house network? He knew the president of America. He knew the royal family in Saudi. So many of the challenges great entrepreneurs have faced has been largely because they just don't have the right network to build them out on their way to execute their vision. And on your way to greatness, all hell will break loose. You have all manner of challenges. This is just normal. It's the way life works. It's normal. It's real. It's not because you offended God. It's not because the witches from your village are most powerful. Greatness comes with crisis. Period. Right? Audacity comes with crisis. Expansion comes with crisis. Growth comes with crisis. I remember a pastor friend of mine called me and I saw a vision. You had some challenges with a government agency. When he was done with his vision, I remember saying to him, I said, man of God, can I shop? He said, yes. I said, for the next 5 years, you hear all manner of story about me because I am expanding my business. And with expansion comes crisis. Not expecting it means you did not calculate your vision well. Yes. Growth comes with crisis. Prepare for it. Expect it. Stand gidigba like Iroko tree. You are the one that know where you are going. You saw what God showed you. God did not show them. He showed you. Right? The people talking about you, the people complaining, they didn't see where you're going. And that's why you must have the right network. Because in your moment of crisis, if you don't have the right network, what happens? The wrong network will pull you down. They will pull you down heavily. I often say this. Poor people don't want you to leave them. So the day you are growing your enterprise, your vision, and you run into crisis, we told you, we could warn you. Come back to our level, come to reality. Don't leave us. And then rich people don't also want you to join them. That's why you always say, with thee. Son of who is his father? Where is he coming from? Right? How dare him try to do something this big? So you really have to fight your way up, ladies and gentlemen. You have to. But you are the one God showed. He didn't show those people. It was Abraham that saw that he's the father of nations. Hey, others didn't see it. So they could mock him and say, you don't even have one child. And then you say, God say you are mother. But Abraham, I heard God. God showed me. So run with your vision. Connect with the right set of people who can hold you, encourage you, inspire you during the crises that come with actualizing any great God-given vision. And that's why you need those relationships way before the crisis happens. Way. You know, April this year I went viral. People negatively complaining that I charge up to $18,000 to mentor people. And I remember one of my mentors, they reported me to, did not even bother asking me, you know. He just was replying all of them. I said, I don't know what's wrong with you people. I just paid my own sons $20,000 for a 3-day course. The man wants to mentor you for 1 year and you're complaining. Please, you know, he just kept giving everybody word for word, word for word, word for word. I said, you guys are not serious. But that tells you something very, very powerful. Very, very, really, really powerful about life, about right network. Because can I shock you? If that mentor was not the right kind of network, what will you also be saying? They are complaining about you. Did you hear what they say about you? But because he's the right kind of network, and he's also been through his own crises as well. He's done big things all his life. So you understand the faith of somebody just saying something negative. Are we learning here? If you're learning, please type, I am learning, I am learning, I am learning. Last but not the least, it's called EBA. I call it EBA. And I call it emotional bank account, right? And I will stop there because of time. Emotional bank account. The reason why many of us struggle to build the right network and to achieve our goal and to go global is because we don't have the right, we don't invest in emotional bank account. I see people meet people and just make demands that don't make any sense. I just finished speaking before I came here. I'm in Ghana, and I spoke at the Global Entrepreneurship Festival to a team of thousands of entrepreneurs. A lot of high net worth people were in the room, you know, billionaires in dollars, you know, great network. And I remember I just finished the conference, went out, and then this lady walked up to me and then she said, I sell Zobo. I'm trying to understand, like, what do you mean you sell Zobo? I'm trying to understand. So at some point I had to then say, so how can I help you? I don't even have time, you know. And then she said, well, give me money. She went straight, oh, give me money. I don't know. I don't know it from anywhere. I don't owe you anything. And the right thing you would think is to just say, give me money. Okay, just give me money. And I want to show you a powerful secret that will, one, help you attract the most powerful people in your life, anybody they are, and help you achieve your vision and help you to really make global impact. And it's simple formula called emotional bank account. And it simply says that every human being has an emotional bank account. You do, I do, everybody else do. And the rule is very simple. Before you withdraw from an emotional bank account, you must deposit. Before making a withdrawal from an emotional bank account, you must make a deposit. Your wife has an emotional bank account. Your husband has an emotional bank account. Your employee, your boss, your pastor has an emotional bank account. Okay? You must deposit before you withdraw. So people always ask me, Dr. Stephen, your birthday is coming, Obasanjo is coming, Bishop Oyedepo is coming, you know, governors, presidents, top class king, Alaki, everybody's coming. Like, hey, who does that? And you're just turning 40. What's going on? The answer is emotional bank account. Invest in people's emotional bank account so that you can withdraw easily the day you need to. And you must do it in advance. So, an example, and I'll give a marriage context. You're married and you need to travel for 3 months in a stretch, and your wife won't see you for 3 solid months, and you need to break the news to her. How many of you agree with me that it is better to create a 1 month period that you go on movies with your wife, you go on vacation with your wife, you go on dates with your wife, and you will have loaded that emotional bank account. And when you now finally come and say, dear wife, I need to make this trip in our own interest because that trip of 3 months is a withdrawal. Okay? It will be easier for your wife to allow that withdrawal because you've done a few other things to credit that account. This is the reason why sometimes you even see people misbehave and people make excuses for them. Emotional bank account, Eba. Don't ever forget it. I'm sure you remember Eba. Right? So, how many of us have noticed? And that's why Ecclesiastes said the race is not for the swift, neither for the strong. Time and chance happened to them all. A lot of you have seen people who just get away with so much and you almost feel like they don't deserve it. Have you noticed that the smartest don't end up having it? The strongest don't end up having it. The people you expect to really be in certain places and all certain things don't end up having it. The answer is simple. Those other people take another word for it is a compensation advantage. What is your compensation advantage? What is it? What is it? And I'll share this story and I'll wrap up. Most people do not know. I, Stephen Akintayo, I am very, very introverted. Believe it or not. Today, almost anybody I talk to, they say, no, we can't believe you're introvert. We can't. Okay? In fact, except you have a personal relationship with me, you would think I'm the most arrogant human being you can ever meet. And in reality, I'm just an introverted person. What is not my business is really not my business. If you don't come to me, I won't come to you. I just guide my space and I just move my way. Okay? But it is not good for business. It's not good for entrepreneurship. You can't make impact in silence, in secrets. You can't make impact locking yourself up. You can't make impact all by yourself. You must interact. You must connect. So what did I do? I decided to have a very robust, loud social media. Most people don't know we are 4 of us that manage my social media. Very loud. You think this guy is, I think I did talk. I also trained myself to be a good speaker. And I organize good conferences of my own as well. Right? So that at least at my conference, I'm the organizer. I'm also able to deliver, also able to speak, and also able to connect. And also I get to be invited to speak at events. And because I've spoken, most times the people who then come to me because naturally I'm not the person who enters a room and I want to greet everybody else. It's just not in my nature. But I've come up with a compensation advantage for it. It's similar to emotional bank account. You must look at your life, look at your person and say, if I will make impact, how do I compensate? How do I credit people's emotional bank account for the result that I need? How do I compensate for the weaknesses that I have? For the Again, what we call weakness also is a strength because I'm introverted, I am also a very good critical thinker because I'm able to have enough time to meditate, to think deeply, and to really craft solid vision. But I must understand that that strength could also be a weakness because I need people to achieve a vision. I need people to make impact. I can't do it alone. So, compensation advantage, right? EBA, emotional bank account. Leveraging on these things, ladies and gentlemen, you are now ready to make global impact. And you're ready to go beyond borders because it doesn't matter where you are, value is value anywhere in the world. And it doesn't matter who brings the value, black or white or yellow, the world celebrate value. The currency that nobody rejects is value. When you drop value on the table, the world cannot but accept, celebrate, and treat you with the dignity that you deserve. And if you understand these three things, vision, networking, emotional bank account, compensation advantage, there is nowhere they throw you to in the world that you not make impact. Once again, I want to thank the organizers for bringing me. I'm grateful. God bless you.
You need to say wow, 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 wow. Please go to the chat room now, be it on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and just make those beautiful comments. This is amazing. Now we have people in Lagos on ground, even though it's not in-person conference. The studio is also packed with people because those that have attended for the first 6 editions, they can't just imagine sitting at home. So they still came together and they're in Lagos in the studio. Thank you so much. Man, you know the highlight of this presentation for me? When you said the poor people don't want you to leave them. The rich people also don't want you to join them. So you gotta decide. Do you want to stay with the poor or you want to move to the rich? There is no middle ground. There is no vacuum. Is it that you decide to stay with the poor or move over to the rich? And you can't make global impact and remain poor. It's not possible. When we started business, we cracked the millionaire code very simply. We told ourselves we weren't trying to become millionaires. We were working at making other people millionaires. The simple code was make 100 people millionaires and you will never be poor. And before we even hit 100, we were already millionaires. Today, we talk millions in all currencies of the world. And as a Nigerian, comfortably, we can say we are billionaires. But it all started with a vision to make other people millionaires. So you must tell yourself, I'm not going to remain at the middle. It's either you want to stay with the poor people that are beckoning, come, come, come. Don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave us. Or you want to scale up to the rich. Thank you so much, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. We won't allow you go yet because we had hundreds of questions sent particularly for you, but we are only able to take 4, just 4. And we're just going to interact together. This is amazing. And it's good that we have it on record for people, even after this live session, they can go back on all of these platforms to watch. Thank you so much once again. And with that, I will just take a few of the questions that people sent particularly for you. The first one says, Dr. Akintayo, your reach now spans several continents. What was the spark that made you realize your impact could be global, not just local? That spark, what was it?
Crisis.
Hmm.
Many of my breakthroughs, people see me as the genius, but now Allah carry me. To even become an entrepreneur, it was still crisis. I
Hmm.
printed 100 CV. I did a cover letter that said, "Don't pay me salary until I prove my value in your organization. Don't pay me for 6 months." and nobody will still give me a job. So thank God I started business on campus. The third person said, "There's no job. The business you start when you're on campus, continue it. If it be small, one day it will get to where it is." So I'm an entrepreneur today. Yes, I read books on money, I read books on entrepreneurship, I started business on campus, but I was realistic that I needed a job at a phase in my life and I was willing to get a job. Okay. But I didn't get one. So that crisis forced me to be an entrepreneur today. So going global, like I said, came also with crisis as well. I used to go abroad, do courses, but I never really was ready yet to start opening offices and start running businesses in those countries until dollar moved from 190 to 400 to 500. In my very eye, were poorer the following year than the previous year, even though we made more in Naira. We can't continue like this. Okay? We're trying to build houses, and then inflation was hitting it. And I was foresaw crisis that if we collect 1,000 people, we're already 12, and we're having this headache. If we collect 1,000 people's money, and this inflation continue like this, they will pieces our name left and right. Like we will not have any reputation left. And not because we're a thief. It's just the perception that, hey, I gave you 46 million naira. Suddenly you told me you needed 70 something million to complete the house. How now? But that's not me. That's the economy of Nigeria. That crisis made us to say, let's cuckoo sell in the countries where their currency is strong, inflation is low.
Yeah.
Right? But today, when people see all the clubs, say, "Oh, you're visionary. Oh, you're in Dubai. Oh, yeah." When our carriers go there. So don't waste any crisis in your life. Every crisis has a money potential. Every problem is loaded with wealth. So don't let any crisis go to waste. That's my summary. Maybe one day I'll write a book like that. Right? Maximizing crisis, right? It will be the title.
Crisis to comfort.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is amazing. There is money potential in every crisis. So, our audience, you might be there going through one crisis or the other right now. That might just be God showing you the problems you are called out to solve. I love that affirmative answer. Crisis. And maybe this next question might be a follow-up to that. This person says, you have expanded your business to Dubai, to US, to the UK. He said, each region has its challenges. Now, I can testify to this being a global businessman too. What has been your biggest lesson? Expanding across these different regions with their unique crisis.
Well, biggest lesson is that, no perfect country in the world. That's the biggest lesson. Until you start running business internationally, you think the Western world is better, right? You see, even those countries have their own challenges. For example, the kind of returns you can get in business in Nigeria, you won't get it in developed parts of the world. The kind of regulation in developed parts of the world, if you are not careful, you are just working for the government in those parts of the world. So no country is perfect. Every country has its own unique challenges. Ask those who have Japan, they will tell you that every country has its own unique challenges. So what is the lesson? Just diversify for the sake of the fact that all these nations cannot crumble at the same time. Even when there was global economic crisis, the UK was not hit. UK real estate was not as hit as the US real estate, because the global economic crisis of 2008 was the real estate crisis that led to, But the UK market was more resilient than others. What does that mean? If you had real estate in the UK, you won't have a drop in value like it did in America. So you diversify so that you're spreading your risk across regions. with the understanding that if something hits this one, it won't hit your other one. Like I said, our Dubai business is one of our most profitable today.
Wow.
Okay. But if we didn't make that move, okay, and when we did, we will also be complaining with everybody else, Nigeria stuff, everything, you know. And so today I follow you to complain so that you won't say I don't empathize. But in reality, we're good.
No perfect country in the world. So regardless
Yeah,
of where you're looking at doing business or working, or you want to jackpot to, like they say it, no perfect country in the world. So take note of that. And I love that answer. Very scintillating. Now, another question for you. I said I'm going to take just four, and maybe you just give us a closing remarks. We have hundreds of questions people sent just for you. This says technology has shaped your recent work, and they want to know, how did you leverage technology to do what you're doing? For example, I know people see you on social media, you're very vocal, and you've just shared a code, a secret today that you're actually an introvert, but yet you've been able to make this happen. So somebody wants to know, how did you do this? How did you come to have a million followers or millions of followers across different platforms? I know you've been in this technology thing for long, even before it became the big thing. From the day
yeah,
of your, is this like, is it SMS or something?
yes, yes.
And
SMS, email marketing,
email marketing. So it's
social,
you
social
don't,
media week.
you don't think, not be today.
You don't say, and you're very right. A lot of people don't know that side of me because real estate development in the last 10 years had just made people not know. In fact, sometimes people get irritated, like, how can a big man like this be this active on social media? And I've also brought my mentor, Dr. Cosmos, into that madness. And, he's so visible today that everybody just keep telling him, how are you doing it? Of course, they always tell us, say, that Stephen, and Stephen, you know, and Stephen, and it's really helped his business in a way because there's been a season where the younger generation didn't know him,
Mhm.
and and the man has been in business for 50 years, so the
Yeah.
young generation don't know him. And I remember having a strategic session for over 2 hours in my office. He came to my office and I broke it. I said, I'm about to introduce you to the next generation, the younger generation. It's going to be tough, we'll go viral sometimes negatively, but overall will impact these young people, and it will also have its benefits for the company as well. And we thank God for where it is. In fact, before your event, I just finished it. We just did a three-way phone call of Dr. Cosmos introducing me to someone that's been on his neck that he must introduce me to her. And top business person wants to leverage, and they're going to say, he's not into social media anymore, he's just doing it for me. And I can't introduce it to him for social media. If you all buy property, so the person that say yes, I'll buy his property. I say, okay, at this point I'll,
Place to start.
I'll introduce you. I'll introduce it to you. So it was the three-way phone call, the three of us. But I think I started early leverage, and that's why if you notice, I'm on AI. I just wrote 5 books on AI. I don't even know if I can give you guys. Let me see if you guys can scan this code.
Okay.
I'll try and see if it will work. You can download 5 latest book I just authored on AI. It goes for $20 each on Amazon, but I'm going to allow you have it for free. So just scan this QR code. Hope it's visible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
See.
coming closer, closer. Let's see. I will try from here once it goes out. Yeah, it worked now. So, guys, you see one of the big benefits of joining this. You see, and you have to do it in few seconds. This things like this don't stay for too long.
Yeah. So even those who are pastor, one of the book is AI for Pastors, How to Use AI for Evangelism. So I have always jumped on technology And actually, I'm diversifying from real estate in the next. We have, but I'm now going to be publicly pushing the diversified brand from next year. So, for example, my introduction is now Sassy Holdings from next year. Chairman Sassy Holdings, which is a private equity firm, and that's what I'm pushing. So, we're going to be investing heavily in AI companies, investing in companies, and just take over companies and just restructure those companies, change leaders, get CEOs and stuff like that. Um, so I'm going to be big in the AI space from next year.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you
But
for this,
yes,
thank
go
you
ahead.
for the freebies you just gave us.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
please go to the chat and just say thank you, thank you, thank you, Dr. Stephen. Thank him across all platforms, please. Go ahead, sir.
So leverage on technology. AI is the next thing. You just have to read as much as you can about AI. So forget any other tool that you haven't used. Focus on AI. For example, from next year, I will no longer be physically involved in posting content, neither will any of my staff. I'm creating and I have a new AI software. We're going to be selling it that anybody can subscribe to it and it will become your AI agent. It will create content for you, like you, post the content, reply people on all your social media pages, even convince them to buy your product and services. And it's not a human being involved. So we're
So,
testing,
agents, guys.
we're in the testing phase of it now. And by next year we'll roll it out. So you don't need to post yourself. You don't. In fact, you may not even post on social media for 1 year, and everybody's talking about you. Everybody's saying you do magic. And if when they tell you, now probably quickly rush to your page and say, that your last post. We hail you. You know, meanwhile, not even the only thing the human staff will be doing is to proofread what the AI has created before it goes live. That's all. So AI is the future. Jump on it. Read as many books as you can. Follow. Go for conferences. I'm doing like 2 programs, one with MIT, one with Harvard on AI next year. Just investing heavily to grow myself as well. And that's the rule. Invest in yourself. Make sure your learning budget is heavy. This year, I'm almost hitting $200,000 on my learning so far, right? I started the year with about 30 something thousand with Grand Cardone. With conference was 25,000, and the cost of flight, hotel, and all that. Harvard cost me about 60,000. And I'm paying that 60,000 every year for the next 3 years. I can go on and on different programs. I just met a new billionaire as well. 14,000 went on that one. Um, because there are 3 ways to really get mentorship. Okay, 3 basic ways. You earn your way, meaning you can get to a point where, as a result of all you've done over the years, you enter any room, everybody listen to you and open the door because you earned it as a result of who you've become. But that will take some years, right? The other way is to pay your way, right? And then the third way is to serve your way, right? These are the 3 ways you network. These are the 3 ways you build relationship. These are the 3 ways you step up. But I always advise do the 3, right? Do the 3. Work on earning your way, work on serving your way, and work on paying your way. Because certain location, you have to pay your way. In Nigeria today, I have earned my way, right? I can write a letter to any governor and they will be willing to host me just based on who I am. Okay? But I enter America, I have to still start a journey of earning my way in America. So it means that at the beginning, I will need to pay my way. You see now, go for courses here to meet my colleagues. For example, I told my wife that my Harvard classmates I'm the poorest. She thought it was a joke. She met two of them, you know, went to their house. My wife, that's when she went to, she said, ah, honey, not true. She be like, so that you be, that you be the poorest. Okay. So
Mm,
be willing to enter rooms where you are not the big man there.
mm,
Be willing to. And a lot of people can't do that.
mm.
You know, they can't do that. Be willing to. It's sometimes uncomfortable, but enter them.
Oh my God, guys, I don't know. I don't know. Right now it seems like it shouldn't end, but we just have one more question to go, and I know somebody must be hoping. Let it be my question. Let it be my question. Now, listen. If you look at what Dr. Stephen has done today, he has x-rayed almost everything. You see, I smiled when you said people complained about paying $18,000 for mentorship. If only they know. Now, see an example of how much he has expended this year alone just to connect with knowledge and with people. And $18,000, you're just starting. For some of us that understand what it means to mentor people. In fact, my first book I ever authored was on mentoring. And so I know the importance, right, of mentoring. And interestingly, the title of that book was Leverage. That was where leverage started from 7 years ago. Leverage, How I Gain Global Relevance Through Mentoring. That was the title of the book. So if you understand what it takes to be mentored by the right people, you suddenly realize that a journey that should have taken you 20 years, you can get there in 2 days with the right mentor because they take you to the right room. And once you are in that room, and especially if you are sitting on that table, your life is transformed forever. Finally, the question we asked Dr. Oladipupo Clement that has to do with legacy. I know you said that part of you also want to do 1 million millionaires. Eagles think alike. But we're still going to ask you because we're interested. We want to keep following you and want to look out for those successes in the future. So, what legacy do you hope to leave for the African diaspora and global entrepreneurs?
Hmm. Well, one is I have said it, many times that what I want to be remembered for is not the richest person in the world, which yes, by the time I'm leaving this earth, we will have redefined the definition of being rich. Right. In fact, our name will be synonymous to wealth. And I can say that with all confidence.
Mhm, mhm,
But the legacy I want to leave is that I was the one man who democratized wealth,
mhm,
who literally created the platform, the opportunity for people to have access to what the rich will never let people have access to.
mhm.
Like I said, the poor don't want you to leave them, the rich don't want you to join them.
I so love that.
So I want to be remembered as the man who finally say, Omo, those rich people that don't want to join them, Omo, you must join by fire by force. Okay, we break the door open for you. We are coming, coming. Don't let them know. Enter, enter, quickly, quickly. That's one major legacy that I want to leave. That people that in my lifetime, there will be millions of people who have become wealthy because they read my book, they watched my course, they attend my conferences, they were part of my reality TV show. I'm starting a reality TV show in January. They were part of they watch something that I do that turned their life around. Absolutely.
Wow. This is the time to say wow, 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 wow. Guys, please, I want to see you in the chat celebrating this great man of global impact, and is here with us today, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. We cannot thank you enough for making time out to speak with our audience. Seventh edition of Leverage 7 of Leverage, and it's been hosted by the Olonu Sheyi Foundation. for these 7 years. It was when I was preparing for my 40th that we decided to start Leverage 7 years ago. And for me, that's part of the way to give back to the society. We will continue to do this by the grace of God. It's a symposium. It's not just a conference where we talk, we do the talk. And it has created impact across spheres of life. And today we have so many mentees in our network that have gone on to become global leaders. And courtesy of people like you that come on our platform year after year to add value to them. I'm excited to have you today. And we can only pray that God that has given you wisdom will continue to multiply the wisdom. And this is just the beginning of your greatness. We are looking forward to your 40th birthday.
Yes, you have to come. You have to come to Nigeria. We
Yes,
must be part of it.
say it.
Pastor Lumide is coming. Everybody's the whole world is there, so you can't miss you.
So guys say, "Oh my loud God, that birthday, right in the chat room." Oh my loud God, look forward to it, and we say we love you from the depth of our heart. Please clap your hands as Dr. Stephen Akintayo feels free to exit the studio. We know you're a very busy man, and
Thank you.
waiting for you.